Hey everybody, Peggy here, back with another video. I have been struggling with this topic all day. So I think I'm fed up now and I'm just going to start mouthing off. And we are talking about micro-influencers, okay? Now, a micro-influencer is not the same as an influencer. I'm probably going to drop the word micro because it's starting to sound weird to me. Anyway, I've tried to start this a couple of times and I'm just kind of trying to figure out exactly how I want to express this. And it's like, well, wait a second, we're all in business here, so screw it. I'm just going to mouth off and you guys are just going to deal, okay? Anyway, so an influencer, they're the big names. They want contracts, they want money, they want to get paid for this. But they are also going to spend a week, 2 weeks going back and forth on they're building a carefully vetted commercial for you, okay? Micro-influencers, that's the guy that you sent a sample of your free product and he's highlighting it on his social media for you. Okay, that's a micro-influencer. They're everywhere, and some of them are good and some of them are not good. So I'm going to talk about how to spot a good influencer, how to attract them, how to maintain, how to care and feed for your micro-influencer. Okay, maybe that's not sounding very fair, but anyway. Okay, my wife is a micro-influencer. My wife's thing is tarot. She runs a tarot channel. She's also a tarot collector. So she often shows tarot products, discusses tarot in general, does highlights and walkthroughs of particular decks that she's liked or that have come her way that she's enjoyed, blah, 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 blah. So if you have a business that relates to tarot, then there's a good chance that if you contact her and she likes what you're doing, that she will talk about you on her channel. And people, because she is a collector, people looking for information on new decks and new tarot stuff do tend to pay attention to what she does. And there's a lot of that in tarot in general. There's like thousands of decks out there now. So a lot of people talk about different decks. They talk about them in detail and they do this and they do that, right? That's how it works. Okay. So how do you get my wife to show your tarot thing on her channel? Or how do you get somebody like my wife to show your t-shirt, your baby blanket, your water bottle, your custom printing, your art prints? How do you get them to show it? How do you find a micro-influencer that's not just going to find some way to screw you over? Okay. Number one, who are your buyers? Now, my buyers, I make tarot bags. Basically my business started because my wife needed tarot bags. I started, one for her, one for the internet, and the rest is history. And I actually had my shop for like 6 months before she started her channel. So that's a tidbit for people. So how does this work? Well, for Lisa and most of her friends that I'm aware of, how this works is you contact Lisa and you say, hey, Lisa, I have a thing. And I was wondering if you'd like one for free and maybe highlight it on your channel. And Lisa will go, oh, okay, sure. If Lisa doesn't like it, Lisa will say, oh, I'm sorry, that's not going to work. And she walks away. And if she thinks it will work out, if it's something that's completely unrelatable or something that is just not a good, she's been doing this for 4 years now, just her channel in general. She's been running, she's mostly on YouTube, but she has Facebook and a couple other things going, right? She'll know, no, this doesn't really relate to my audience, so this isn't going to work. But thanks for offering. And if she happens to, I really like that, but it's like, this isn't my cup of tea, but I think my friend so-and-so would really enjoy showing it on their channel. She'll tell you. They shared. Micro-influencing is about community. Okay, that's where it starts. Now, I get that that's not it. I get that that's not how it works everywhere. I'm only telling you the tarot-specific experience. And I'm only telling you the community-specific experience. So what I'm telling you is that whatever it is that you sell, find your way into the community that appreciates that. There's plenty of people that buy tarot decks, that collect tarot decks, that don't watch YouTube at all, have no fucking idea who my wife is. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But find your way into the community. That's where you can grow from. And find your way into the community sincerely. Don't just walk in treating these people like a business resource because it's going to fall on your you're going to fall on your face quicker than anything. Okay, Lisa will go through, because Lisa is a legitimate YouTube channel who happens to be a micro-influencer. This is how it works in a community setting. They're doing what they like. They're doing what makes sense. Lisa's not going to make, how many videos a fucking week does she make? She's not going to make video after video after video after video in the hopes that somebody sometimes might send her a free deck. It doesn't work that way. That's not how micro-influencing works. Sometimes you get these kids in here that will do anything, but no. That is not how micro-influencing works. These are people that are already active and engaged in the community. For the most part, for most of the time, they're buying their own stuff. And they're just talking about the things that they do. They're talking about something that they love. That's how they're engaging with their community. And then sometimes something will come to them for free. That's how my wife operates. Okay, so micro-influencing, from my perspective of what it looks like to me, because this is what Lisa does and this is what her friends do, and your experience may vary, but I'm telling you this is what you should be doing and this is what you should be looking for, and you will find it, okay? You will find it. Number one, who are your buyers? Where do they hang out? What is their community? Like, sure, you can sell random stuff to random people on the internet. That's absolutely fine. But if you're going to focus on a growth strategy, and again, it's not shameful to say if you want to sell stuff that you're going to find a community that's interested in what you do. But join that community sincerely for the community. Don't do what that guy did, because they will spot it and they will just not be interested in you. They will ignore you. Join the community sincerely, okay? Don't be just flooding all about what you want. And yes, you join the community sincerely and it gets out that you have a product. I've had people ask me, hey, can you send me a bag? I'd love to review it. And depending on, and I have a couple times. I don't really need to, because I have my wife and she shouts me out on the regular. So I'm kind of in this lucky situation, right? And I know it and I appreciate it and I love everybody for it. So there's no, and I don't take advantage of it. I do not treat my customers like a money resource. I'm in a community. I treat my community like a community and my business like a perk, okay? If you sell kids t-shirts, find out where the kids communities are, where the moms communities are, where the mom groups are. Get active, get interested, get involved, but do it sincerely. Do it sincerely. Become a part of the community. Because I'll tell you right now, if you're doing it sincerely, you're way less stressed. You're actually going to enjoy what you do. It's not going to feel like, if it feels like work to talk to other moms about mom stuff and just happening every now and again to let it be known that you have a t-shirt, like whatever, like, you know what I mean? I don't communicate in these groups as an opportunity to talk about my bags. I communicate because I want to communicate, because I enjoy the group. And my bags happen to be something that I do, and people find out about it and they ask me about it, and then they go buy a bag. It's organic, it's natural, and it's part of the community. Okay, that is where your first starting point is. If you cannot sincerely be a part of that community, then find another community that you can be sincerely a part of. And yeah, if you're into cars and you want to, if you're into leatherworking and you want to sell wallets, then obviously becoming part of a community of people that enjoy leatherworking and so, I mean, I don't know how to describe this. I don't know how to describe this. Anyway, we'll leave that part. Find a community, find out who your buyers are and who are your buyers, where do they hang out, okay? Oh, I'm going to go hang out with I sell wallets. I'm going to go hang out with all the leather workers. Well, they're also trying to sell wallets. You're not going to sell a wallet. You're not going to sell a leather wallet to another guy who can make his own fucking wallet, right? But what do people who enjoy leather worked products do? Where do they hang out? Like, you know what I mean? What are you selling? What else are you selling that could be used, find out who your buyers are and just hang out and enjoy yourself and let it grow from there. Get active, get whatever. Anyway, okay, you want to vet, okay, so how you communicate with these micro-influencers can matter. For the most part, you're going to be reaching out to them. Hey, I noticed your channel, hey, I love your channel. I have this thing. I would love to send you one for your honest review. That's it. I would love to send you a contract and I would love for you to sign a disclaimer and do this and do that. And I need all these things from you. They're going to say no. Micro-influencers are not at the level where they have the time or the interest in going through all these convoluted steps just to get a free t-shirt from you. It's that simple. So that is the first thing. It's going to be a much less formal process. Keep in mind, this is something to keep in mind. When you give something away for review, it is a tax write-off, and not just the value of the materials, but the retail value of the product plus the value of the shipping. If you have a $20 wallet that you want to send out for review to somebody who really is into leather worked products and yada yada yada, because you're selling leather wallets and here's what you're doing, the cost of the wallet, the retail cost that you would have sold that wallet for, plus the cost of you shipping it to that person, is a tax deduction for you. And that may matter in making the decision as to whether or not you're even interested in having your products reviewed, right? So that's your first step. That is a perk. That is a perk. It's a tax deduction, okay? It's tax write-off. Don't go crazy don't go crazy sending out 400 wallets because, tax write-offs have a limit. But anyway, so that's the first part. Second part is take no for an answer. Be gracious and take no for an answer. What Lisa will sometimes do, people will reach out to Lisa and say, hey, Lisa, I've got a deck and I'd love for you to review it. And Lisa will come back and go, that's not really going to work for me. But just so you know, my friend so-and-so is really into that art style. And if you check in with so-and-so, he may be really interested in reviewing this deck on his channel. Take no for an answer graciously. Because get yourself a good reputation in the community, and the community will come back and help you, right? Don't just be hi, I just joined your group 5 minutes ago and I want to send you something for review. It's like, why? I don't know you. Don't worry about that. And again, if it's about community, you're going to enjoy yourself. It's going to be a stress-free experience to get settled in, okay? Micro-influencing, the best micro-influencing is all about community. Become a part of the community. It's that simple. Okay, next step. Don't be afraid to ask, but take no for an answer and don't be super demanding. If people are reaching out to you, if you give me money and you do this and you do this and you do this, I will put one picture of it on my Instagram, yada, yada, yada. It's like there are micro-influencers out there that are just kids looking for free shit. And yes, that can happen. Now you can decide, I think I might take a chance and take advantage of that tax write-off. Or you might go, no. Let your gut do the talking. Be nice. Don't go, you're fucking just trying to rip me off for free product. That kid might be doing it because their parent or their cousin or somebody else is an actual influencer and word can get out that you're a dick. You never know. It's not worth it. Once you're involved in a community, play nice. It's that simple. Okay. So they reach out to you. You can say no. You can say, I'm sorry, I don't have anything available right now. Okay. That's fine too. Be nice about it. Don't assume somebody's trying to rip you off. Okay. The review. So vetting your reviewer. So you contact Lisa and you say, I really like your videos and I want to give you a deck for review. Well, if you've never watched her fucking channel, you're full of shit for starters and you're taking a big fucking risk. There are reviewers out there, even in tarot world, and the tarot community that kind of Lisa and I hang around with is very kind and supportive, but there are still people, if they get a deck they don't like, they will they're savage. They will trash it. And it's like, Lisa will not do a deck walk. She will not review any product that she doesn't like. And it's no hard feelings because she's not going to trash stuff. She's not going to be toxically positive. She's done reviews that go, I really like this, I really like. Now this card is a little bit like when you do a deck review on a tarot deck, you're kind of flipping through all the cards. And if she finds a card she doesn't like, she'll speak up. She'll go, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the deck. This particular card's kind of not doing it for me. She's done walkthroughs of deck that she's like, I like this deck, but I'm kind of a little ambivalent, not sure if I'm keeping it. And entire conversations have built up with the comments below of, I really love this deck. And 3 or 4 people are going back and forth. Oh my God, I can't believe Lisa doesn't like this deck. Yada, yada, yada. She'll review a deck that she doesn't like. As in, this is a really great deck, but I don't think I'm keeping it. She'll review those kind of decks because she will always give a positive review. If she really dislikes a deck and can't give a positive review, she won't review it. But she also won't review a deck if she just simply doesn't have time. There's thousands of decks out there. She doesn't always have time. She won't review a deck if she won't review a deck if she's just got too many decks in her queue and no time for them. She won't review a deck if it's just she will decline to review a deck while recommending that you send it to somebody else. right? Her not liking a deck, art is subjective, right? There's a lot of art that goes into tarot decks. Art is subjective. So she will decline a deck because she doesn't like it because artistically it's just not her style. And when that happens, she will quite often say, there's very few decks that she has just flat out said, ew. Even decks that aren't resonating for her, she just loves tarot, right? So even a deck that doesn't resonate, she may say, oh, I'm sorry, this deck isn't resonating. It's not an insult. It's just, hey, I'm going to save you your money so that you can check in with the next person who might resonate with the art, right? That's how micro-influencing works. Micro-influencers aren't really greedy about getting, I don't know how you would describe this. And don't get me wrong, there are micro-influencers where no matter what you send them, they will review it. And that's a problem. But here's the thing, vetting your reviewer. I'm getting back on the tangent of what they'll do. Vet them. Go take a look. Does this person get to, you're part of the community. You need to settle in as part of the community. And then you will find out, oh, this person reviews anything. They don't care. They're so fucking indiscriminate that it's not going to help me or hurt. It's going to do absolutely nothing for me to let this person show my stuff. If they like it, they might get excited about it. But if they don't like it, they're going to sound almost as excited. Whatever. Oh, this person, if they don't like a deck, they get absolutely fucking savage in creating a trash review. Well, you don't want that person either. You want to curate. So you want to become a part of the community so that you can start seeing what these influencers are doing and then start reaching out. And then start saying, hey, Lisa, like I said, Lisa only ever does positive reviews. And she will fairly criticize, but she will also gently criticize. If she sees a card she doesn't like, she won't go, oh my God, this card sucks. Oh my God, I can't believe they put this crap in the deck. She won't talk like that. She'll say, yeah, this particular card I'm having a problem with. I'm not sure if it's going to affect my opinion of the whole deck, but let's move on. That's it. That's not a huge insult when it comes to tarot. 78 cards, okay? Nobody's going to like, nobody's going to be in love with every single card. Well, no, that's not true. That'll happen. It'll come. Don't worry. Okay. As a seller of a product, don't approach influencers with products that have nothing to do with what they're doing. Don't do it. Lisa just recently, well, not recently, she was just telling me about this the other day. There is some, okay, with tarot, you're like, hi, this is my card. So your hands are up here, right? And she's always working. She's the makeup she's the makeup girl of the two of us. And so she's been getting like hounded by this nail polish company. Oh, but we want to send you this thing for gel nails or some fucking thing, right? And she's like, this product has nothing to do with me. Sure, she wears nail polish, but she doesn't wear gel nail polish. It's completely irrelevant and unrelated to what she does. These people are wasting their fucking time. And if she does the review, it's not going to do anything because that's not her audience. Her audience wants to see the deck. They don't want, okay, her audience, oh, that's nice makeup. That's nice nails. That could mean you build a community. I call it a fan base, right? And that's fine. But people are not going to run out and buy gel nail polish just because Lisa agreed to promote it on her channel because some idiot wants to pay her for that. That sounded really bad. Okay, don't offer a micro-influencer money. It sounds weird. And I know some micro-influencers do accept money, but realistically, the minute money's involved, you've got a business. It's a business thing, not a community thing anymore. And the best way to trigger some natural organic growth is through community, not through just simply being seen or spending money or whatever. Advertising is advertising for the sake of advertising. That's its own thing, and that's over there. Advertising organically through social media and influencers is separate. It's a different thing. Okay, so does Lisa does Lisa only do videos that influence? No, absolutely not. Now she talks about she's a collector. She does talk about a wide range of decks. She talks about decks that have been out for 30 years. She talks about decks that have been out for 30 minutes. It varies. It depends on what she's talking about, what the topic is, what the subject is. Does this influencer only provide influence-worthy content? That can be a problem because the rest of the community will eventually, either right away or eventually, see them as a walking, talking commercial and take them less seriously. What did you do back at, what did you do on when the TV goes to commercial break? What do? I get up and go to the bathroom. I don't sit there and watch that shit. You're not going to get the bandwidth that you're not, it's not a growth exercise for either of you. Okay. A social media influencer can and should be doing their own thing. It should be what's interesting to them. Will a social media influencer occasionally go off script and promote something else? And promoting promoting is what ends up happening. Lisa does not start off with the intention to promote. That's kind of where the community mindset takes over from the business mindset. And you need to respect that and work with it, right? Lisa does not do reviews strictly for the purposes of promoting a deck. Period. She is very much aware that her reviews will promote a deck, but that's not the purpose. And this is a very fine line in thinking, but as a seller of a product, is something to be very, very much aware of. Micro-influencing is this unique category that really is different. So yes, Lisa's doing her own thing. Whether or not nobody can offer her a deck for the next 6 months. She's still going to buy decks. She's still going to review them. She's still going to do her thing otherwise. Getting a free deck is a perk, not a requirement of her being willing to do a video. And there's where the difference comes in. That is the entire difference. This is what you want to see. And once you become part of a community, you can kind of spot the difference between the people that are legitimately interested in the community and happen to do things that happen to promote things versus somebody who's just in it to get free shit. You can tell the difference. And you need to become part of the community to see the difference for yourself. Okay. So that's where we are where that is concerned. Okay. So find a community, become a part of a community. That is where micro-influencing thrives. And then you're not going to get taken in by some kid just looking for some free shit. And don't respond to this crap where they go, well, blah, 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 I can help you grow and I can do this for you and I can do that for you. Lisa never makes those promises. Never makes those promises. A micro-influencer is not just reaching out to strangers on the internet. Now, some of these people that are reaching out to you, they may have heard of you and your product and you may not know who they are. That happens to Lisa. Absolutely. She's reached out to say, hey, blah, 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 asking about your deck. And they've just like, who are you? And it's like, oh, well, never mind then. It's fine. No problem. I don't need to show anything. It's okay. Somebody was like, oh, I forget when this was. This is a while ago. Somebody was like right rude to her. It was hilarious. It was hilarious because they were kind of rude about it. Not mean. They were not mean, but in rude as compared to what people in the tarot community are usually pretty nice. So rude is relative. They weren't really all that rude at all, but it was like, okay. What did I forget what they said? I would have to I'm gonna have to do an interview with the wife one day. What did they say to you that time? Anyway, funny thing was is that like about a year later, they tried to reach out to her. Oh, hey, we have this deck if you're interested. And she's like, no, thank you. Because between the time of that incident, I forget what it was. It was something fairly, it was actually something fairly innocuous. She had just reached out and said, hey, just checking in. I noticed you have a deck. That's usually how she does it. She's not hurt one way or the other if somebody says no, right? And she reached out asking about a deck. Hey, I'd love to do a review on one of your decks if you have a promo copy available. And she's like, I only give promo copies to professionals or some really ridiculous comment. And it's like, well, alrighty then. Just as a sideline for those who are not aware, my wife is also a professional tarot reader. She has also got several courses out. She's also written a book. She's got another book on the way, and she's creating her own deck. So yeah, when somebody says, oh, I prefer to work with people that are professional and known in the community, she's like, you do you, buddy. It was more of something to laugh about. It was just somebody that was, obviously they didn't operate in the same area of the community. Who knows? The world is a pretty big fucking place. The community can be... You can have 4,000 the communities all talking about the same thing. And that's kind of what I think was happening. But anyway, that's a whole separate thing. Be nice, be kind. If somebody reaches out to you and you're not sure what the fuck's going on, just say, oh, no, thank you. I don't have any available right now. And you're done. Walk away, because you may find out later that is somebody whose attention you probably could have benefited by. Be nice. Always be nice. If you're going to function within a community, always be nice, even when you're saying no. Okay, so what else does micro-influencing look like? It's kind of easy. It's a very informal handshake agreement thing. You're going to send out your product, and they might just take it and keep it and not do anything with it. Don't follow up. What are you doing? Why would you? Just make a note. Okay, this person did not like my product, and you don't care why. If they offer you some feedback, take it. But yeah, vet these people. Most people go, oh, this person contacted me and blah, 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 blah. It's like, have you looked them up? Watch a few of their videos. Find out more about them. It doesn't take a lot of time. And if you're already part of the community, you're probably going to have an opportunity to be somewhat aware of them or other people who might be better. Don't just think of these people as a resource, because I'll tell you right now, like Lisa's been doing this long enough now. If somebody reaches out to her because, oh, you're just a sales channel for me, she can tell. She can spot that shit a mile away. And that's an automatic no. You can have the most beautiful deck she has ever fucking seen, and she will say no to you. It's like, you've made no effort to approach me from a community-minded way. Hi, Lisa, I have this deck for you to promote. What's your address? My address is no thank you. So yeah, a conscientious, legitimate micro influencer. I've been saying that word so fucking much today, just trying to sort out what I'm going to say on this video, that now it's like, you ever do that? You say the same word over and over and over and over again, and eventually you're like, what does that word even mean? You're just like, your brain just turns off. Anyway. Micro influencers come in all shapes and sizes. Lisa's been getting offers to send her decks since she was a tiny channel of like 2,000. So don't be afraid to reach out to a smaller channel. Like I said, take advantage of that tax write-off to do it if you can. Do not reach out to say, hi, I'd love you to review my product, and to facilitate that, I'll give you 10% off. That's insulting. If you are looking at somebody, if you are trying to engage with somebody to make your business bigger and better, and you can't even come up with a free product, the first thing that they're thinking is, you've got crap products. This must be crap, or you wouldn't be trying to make me pay for it. Or not crap, you must be desperate. They're not going to go, oh, they really need the business. They're going to go, I have to pay to advertise for you? No. It doesn't work that way. That is the expectation. Now, do you have to pay them? That's the difference. Do they have to pay you for your product? Well, a legitimate micro-influencer will buy what they like. And they will specify when they're doing a video, oh yeah, I bought this here. Oh, so-and-so sent me this. They will specify when they were given a product for free versus when they paid for it. They won't lie. And that's something to look for. If you have a micro-influencer with 2,000 subscriptions going, and I was sent this, and I was sent this, and I was sent this, and if they're trying to imply or state that they were given, they're not. Lisa still pays for 95%, I can't even say it. She still pays for most of her stuff. Most of it. Because she's doing the channel because it's what she enjoys doing. And when you're part of a community, you come to understand that, which is why you need to be a part of the community. I'm going to beat you over the head with that. So here's another over my knee, become a part of the community that you're selling in, because Etsy search engine is great for trickle traffic. It is not great for building an actual business. You don't build the same level of engagement. You don't build your repeat customer. You do not build the same type of customer base as you do by going into a community and actually engaging. An engaged audience is a much better audience. I don't have people come into my social media group all the time, into my Facebook group all the time, complaining about things that happen with their customers. I don't have those problems because I am part of the community. I respect the community, and the community, I hope, respects me. And the byproduct, this has nothing to do. If I could close down my shop tomorrow and I would still be in the community. This is what matters. Change your thinking about your business. Change your thinking. You are not a big multinational. You cannot afford. You are not a big multinational. You are a small seller selling. You are a small seller selling out of your home usually. And react that way. If you're inviting people into your home, think of it that way. Think of it as a community exercise and not this big business takeover. Become part of the community. You will find the micro influencers that are going to be a good match for you. You're gonna because for starters, first and foremost, they're not going to be all about selling shit. It's I don't know how to describe this, but it's better for you and it's better for the community, and it results in everybody being happier all the way around, a better experience for everybody, and far less stress. Way less stress. The stress levels of some of these people that I've seen in the social media groups, oh, blah, 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 how do I advertise this? People are coming into my group, stealth advertising is a thing where they come in and they pretend they have a problem, and they ask a question that they already know the answer to, and you know it. It's hard to tell, but you know. Oh, blah, blah. And I mentioned stealth advertising on the regular, but they're busting their hump trying to find ways to advertise anywhere, just for one single sale. Become a part of a fucking community, and you don't need to do that anymore. I just said, well, I'm having fun here. I'm meeting my goals here. I'm not stressed here, and I like the people. My entire business, I don't say business experience, because I started off in a really good place from the beginning, because, Lisa was talking about me word of mouth. Oh, look at the bag my wife made me. Like, she was talking about me word of mouth. I started that way, got a few trickle sales with Etsy, and then she started her fucking channel, and boom. That was just awesome. But just don't worry. Okay, that's a whole separate segue. Now I'm getting into stop stressing, stop barking up the wrong tree for your business. And when it comes to influencers, micro-influencing is amazing. It's an amazing way to grow your business. It's an amazing way to build up what you're doing. It's also an amazing way to solve other problems in your business life. And that requires some honesty, some sincerity, some compassion, and engagement. Actually be involved in this community. Recognize that these are people that you want to, if they're enjoying, you want to engage with these people. And if you don't want to engage with these people, like I said, you find a Mommy and Me group to sell your baby clothes to, and you're not engaging with that people, go find a different Mommy and Me group. I mean, the world is a fucking big place. There's got to be, just in tarot alone, like, tarot is not just some limited audience that only includes my wife and 6 other people. It's huge. Tarot is huge. Find the community that works for you, that works for what you're doing, and then just engage. The micro-influencers will find you, or you will start spotting them. You will reach out. They will say yes or they will say no, and things will just start happening naturally, organically, and without stress. But, like I said, don't just assume everything is a scam. Don't assume that they're just out to get free shit from you. And yeah, sometimes they are. But if you're part of the community, you'll spot that. If you're just some guy trying to take my shit, then yeah, you're not going to spot it. You're not going to know. You're not going to know. Okay, anyway. I really do need to get going now. I'm just repeating myself because God knows I don't do that nearly enough in my world. But anyway, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do the things, trying to take over the world. I need your help to do that. 1 subscription at a time, don't you know? And in the meantime, yeah, join a community, do a little research, find out who your buyers are, find out where they hang out, find out where they are, talk to them, get to know them, and start reaching out in that community. Instagram, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Don't reach out to TikTok. Find out where, don't reach out to, oh, this is a Mommy and Me influencer on TikTok, I should follow her. Find out where she hangs out. Right? That's micro-influencing. Not necessarily well, I think I gave you guys good information. If I didn't, definitely speak up, ask questions, do all the things, because, I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys might have. Don't just start randomly sending my wife shit. That's also a nice thing to do. If you want to engage with a micro-influencer, ask first. Ask first. If they're not interested, they'll say no. And if they are not worth it, they'll start asking for money or make other demands up front. And yeah, so where was I? Let's break this down. Let's do one. So micro-influencers that are too demanding or asking for products that have absolutely no relationship to what it is that they're actually doing online are ones to be avoided. Ones that ask for money, ask for a contract, ask for all this convoluted shit because anybody who's that big isn't asking you in the first place. You're going to have to go to them. Influencers that are vicious in their reviews if they don't like something, and you can find that out just by reviewing them, look them up and watch a few of their videos. And usually it's videos or TikToks, and quite often these things have titles. So you can, I got scammed today. They're gonna shit everything. If they're not having a happy day, they're shit talking somebody. You don't want those guys talking about your stuff, right? Get to know get active in the community so you do get to know who people are, so that you can focus on organic growth. And that will help you identify the people who are going to be beneficial or not beneficial. Do this sincerely, because if you're just all about the business all the time, then sooner or later, usually sooner, you get spotted as, oh, this is some asshole trying to sell shit. He's not interested in the community, so they're not going to talk to you. They're just not going to talk to you. You don't stick around. You're not around long if that's all you do. If you cannot be genuinely and sincerely interested in what's going on in the community that you are choosing to interact with, then don't expect them to help you grow anything. Don't ask for your product back. It's a gift. Your exchange for this is you are offering a free product in exchange for an honest review, provided that product that they enjoy enough to be willing to give it the honest review. You are taking a risk. Take advantage of your tax write-offs to do it. Asking for stuff back is fine, I guess. Tell them up front, because most of them will tell you, oh, then never mind. Because they don't want to spend money. They don't want to spend money on shipping. Don't ask them to pay for the product. Don't ask them to pay for the shipping. Don't ask them to reimburse you anything. It used to be a thing. It used to be a thing where it's like, well, I'm happy to give you a free deck, but you have to pay for shipping. And it's like, and that's fine. That's fine some of the time, depending on who's asking. But these days, people are just going, no, it's okay. I don't need to review your stuff then, because do your best to avoid asking them for money, because the good ones, the ones like Lisa, won't pay for shipping anymore. Oh no, sometimes she still does. Depends on who. Okay, it depends on who it is. It depends on who it is. If you're an unknown and you're the one asking her, hey, I really want to send you this deck for review, and it's only going to be $50 for the shipping, it's like, no. Okay. Exchanges of money in order to make this happen are probably not going to end up in a very good experience. Double check their channel. Check their channel. Do you like them? Do you like how they talk? Don't, oh, this is a big channel, but I can't stand the way she talks. You're not going to have a good time. It's going to show up sooner or later. It's just going to be there. Okay. So review the people review the reviewers. Review the reviewers. Are they constantly showing, are they a constant commercial for anything that somebody is willing to send them for free? Then you probably don't want to deal with them. Anyway, but you do want to deal with them. You do want to deal with the ones that are like, oh, I'm genuinely interested in your product. No, I don't rely on free shit to run my channel. Yeah, I'll buy stuff if I do buy stuff from time to time, or most of the time. Usually it's most of the time. Like I said, Lisa pays for like 95% of her stuff. And they won't promise a review if they don't like the product. They will make recommendations for other reviewers who may do better. Most people, once they get to a certain, if they're operating within a community, they know each other. They know each other. So yeah, don't just send off to some rando channel who is just pumping out pick-me content without actually being engaged in the community. That's a big one. I see that one a lot. I'm going to touch on that for just a minute. I already said goodbye and then started talking again, so I'll touch on this one for a minute. There is a trend in tarot and in every community, so I'm not going to pick on any one person. There's a trend of people that come in, do their content, and they're not active in the community at all, period, end stop. And I will tell you right now that their power to influence is pretty much nil. There's a few of them that I'm aware of, and I don't want to say too much lest I give people reasons to start making guesses. But there's a few of them in the community where they're not actually in the community. They're not in the community. They just make a video or a post now and again, jumping up and down. Hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, and then they're gone again. They're gone again. They're not around. Anyway, there are people who are. But if you become part of the community, you'll start being able to spot who they are. Who is the person that just puts up their cringy pick-me content and then leaves again? It's like, and they do review stuff from time to time. Oh, hey, I got this thing sent to me. La la la. Look at me review the thing, and it's like, yeah, whatever. They're just doing it. They're just doing it to be noticed. They're not doing it to be part of the community. They do a thing, they leave. They do a thing, they leave. Like, yeah, there was one guy that he had a channel and then the channel like died. This was like a few years ago. He had a channel. It was actually a pretty big channel, but the channel like just went completely dead. And then all of a sudden he's showing up doing all this cringy fucking content all the time, trying to get noticed, doing the tarot things that people do, talking about the tarot products, talking about anything that would get him a little bit of attention, and couldn't figure out why he wasn't getting any attention. Couldn't figure it out. It's like, because you're not actually in the community. You just come in and throw up a video whenever you get a chance to, and then you're gone again. And I mean, it's not like you have to live, breathe, and eat the community, period, and stop. Like, I mean, I'm talking about all this Etsy shit. I run an Etsy group, right? If I never had any connection to Etsy whatsoever, blah, 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 and I just suddenly popped up with all this shit, and then I'm all shocked Pikachu face because I'm not getting any views, and I'm not getting a lot of views right now. I just don't fucking care. But anyway, become a part of the community, and you do not have to be the super active paper passer out or look at me person in the community, but become aware of the community. You don't have to be super engaged, but you're posting 40 times a day, but be willing to talk to people. Be willing to be aware of what's going on and whatever. Like, people reach out to Lisa all the time that are just simply not active in the community, but it takes 2 seconds of talking to them to realize that they're not vocal in the community, but it takes 2 seconds to realize, but they're obviously aware of the community and aware of who's who, because they're talking intelligently about, oh, I saw this with so-and-so, and when they were talking about this, I noticed that you made a comment over here. They're paying attention. They're putting 2 and 2 together. They know who's who, and they'll at least be able to prove it. Hi, I'm nobody. You've never heard from me, and I know nothing about the community. Can I get you to sell my stuff for me? It doesn't work. It does not work. It doesn't work. Okay. Anyway, I'm pushing an hour now. I guess I don't care. Anyway, I got something to do, so I'm going to get back to that. I was just supposed to be taking a short break. Short break. Anyway, let's repeat: like, subscribe, ring the bell, do the things, blah, 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 which is all fine and dandy. And give me your comments below. Let me see. Tell me what you think. I know a lot of people have had very bad experiences with micro-influencers and influencing in general. And I hope this little TED Talk will help you learn to identify how to find a micro-influencer, how to engage with them, how to do it respectfully, how to organically grow your business, and how to actually not get ahead. I mean, we're all trying to get ahead, but how to do it in a way that's going to feel good for both you and the people that you're engaging with. Anyway, I'm going to get going. You guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Them up. Watch a few.